Corruption is something I passionately despise. I mean, who doesn't?
Politicians.
But corruption in Africa, that's a whole new level of absurdity. It's so blatant,
Give me money. Money. Money.
so uncreative, so stupid. I mean, in other parts of the world, corruption is at least hidden behind layers of secrecy. And when it is finally exposed, people are genuinely surprised, you know? Here, we don't even bother. Someone is appointed for a key position, say CEO of a state institution like Bufferstop or whatever, and their immediate family and friends would hold a party. It's time to cash out, time to milk the system dry. We are so complicit.
That's the way we like it in the town.
Even politicians openly incriminate themselves during interviews, almost as though they enjoy their attention. We'll have an in-depth conversation about corruption another time. But for now, if you've ever wondered how corruption took root in post-independence Africa, here's a glimpse into how it all began. It's 1957. Ghana just gained independence, the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to do so. And within months, the first anti-corruption protest takes place. They couldn't even wait 1 year. It was like a race. Some countries had the arms race, others the industrial race, the nuclear race. We had the corruption race here in Africa. And I'll tell you Kwame Nkrumah's role in all of this, so stay tuned. But whatever happened in Ghana during this period was merely a preview of what was to come for the rest of Africa. Now about this protest. Bus drivers in the capital went on strike, and their grievance was simple: tribal discrimination. Some ethnic groups were being favored over others when it came to employment. Even within the chambers of parliament, certain jobs were reserved for certain tribes. Allegedly, the Ghana people in particular were fed up to be marginalized in their own region, the capital. That just wasn't going to fly. See, before Ghana became a republic, it was first just a bunch of individual colonies with various chiefs ruling them, many of whom didn't really see eye to eye. Some tribes even considered other tribes to be inferior, either because they had dominated them in countless wars in the past, or maybe they just felt like they made better jollof than the other tribes. Who knows what the rivalry trend was back then? But all this deep-seated ethnic favoritism didn't just go away once Kwame Nkrumah unified all the colonies to form Ghana. Instead, they crept into politics and eventually the job market. So those in power started prioritizing their fellow tribesmen for key government positions. And just like that, the infamous family and friends system began, right after independence. And here's the kicker. Every other African country to gain independence after Ghana just seemed to follow the same script. Some even took it to a new extreme. To his credit, Nkrumah did try to put an end to this. He was staunchly anti-tribalism. Back then, tribal flags were a big deal. People even held them in higher regard than the national flag. Nkrumah wasn't having it. He banned them all. Anything that encouraged ethnic or racial division was outlawed. And in 1958, he passed acts to curb tribal politics. But not everyone appreciated this move. Opposition leaders described the bans as oppressive, claiming it undermined democracy. Chiefs and politicians with royal ties also resisted. After all, it undermined their authority. And as history would have it, all the progress Kwame Nkrumah made went up in flames once he was overthrown in 1966. Again, the same story played out in the rest of Africa. They're talking about Nigeria, Rwanda, Jesus, Rwanda. If there's one thing that has truly been Africa's biggest enemy, it's tribalism. Today we see self-proclaimed Pan-Africanists taking jabs at former colonial powers, blaming the British, the French, and others for Africa's division. And sure, they played a role. They carved out the continent with artificial borders, dividing entire communities with the stroke of a pen. But let's be real, before they did that, we were already divided. By language, by culture, by blood. Some tribes were historical enemies, locked up in war long before colonial rule. Getting ethnic groups to coexist peacefully was no small feat. Growing up, I heard stories of how entire communities would go to war over a guinea fowl. A guinea fowl! I mean, sure, those bears taste delicious, and their eggs are like tiny bits of goodness. But to fight over a guinea fowl, that's a story for another day. The point is, Nkrumah had to work tirelessly to bring all the colonies together to form one country. Some even had to hold special votes called plebiscites before they agreed to join Ghana. And nearly 70 years later, we still don't get along very well. Now, let's be honest. Even if everyone in Ghana had spoken the same language back then, even if tribalism had never been an issue, corruption would have still crept in. That's a no-brainer. But I believe Ghana would have been better off if we weren't so divided in the early days of independence. And Singapore is a perfect example. Their first Prime Minister, Lee Kuan Yew, made national unity his top priority before building the economic powerhouse that Singapore is today. So yeah, the worst form of corruption we see today was fueled by ethnic division, tribalism, nepotism, and social class.